Star Trek Enterprise. Leave everything you know behind. It won't work here.
Captain, well, I'm just itching to kick the hell out of you. I don't belong on Enterprise. No.
Enterprise. Enter the Delphic Expanse.
Let's see what's in there.
Star Trek Enterprise season premiere. Wednesday is the first of 5 all-new Enterprise episodes in a row.
This ship isn't equipped to handle the threats we're coming up against.
Just because we're not looking for a fight doesn't mean we'll run away from one. Humans don't give up easily.
An all-new Enterprise.
Consequences waiting for you.
Come on, admit it. You're a little jealous.
I don't experience jealousy.
UPN Wednesday. A mysterious disease paralyzes Enterprise.
Captain Archer, your crew may be dying. Do you understand?
The captain has only one chance to save them.
Someone needs to pilot Enterprise.
I'm in no condition to fly a starship.
We have no other choice.
UPN Wednesday.
Mayday! Mayday! I'm losing power!
Shipwrecked on a hostile moon.
The temperature can rise to 170 degrees.
2 enemies fight to survive.
I need to get back to my ship!
Can Enterprise mount a rescue in time?
Last known position.
I detected weapons fire.
UPN Wednesday on Star Trek Enterprise. An alien race being hunted to extinction.
They all had to be destroyed.
But they were once human, and their ship was called
Enterprise.
Star Trek Enterprise. UPN Wednesday. Enterprise captures an alien intruder who may hold the secret to Earth's destruction.
Tell me what you know.
And how they get it will take your breath away.
Airlock's decompressing, sir. He'll die.
Not for another 20 seconds, he won't.
Star Trek Enterprise. Over 15 million viewers witnessed the launch of Enterprise.
Let's go.
Entertainment Weekly proclaims this is the first Trek spin-off appealing to both Trekkies and non-fans.
You have yet to embrace either patience or logic.
All work and no play.
Discover an all-new Enterprise, Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on UPN. UPN Wednesday. An alien princess, a Starfleet engineer, stranded on a distant planet together.
I'm the one in charge.
I'm not your servant.
You'd be dead if it weren't for me.
This can only end one way, but no paradise
There's someone else here.
can last forever. A revealing new Enterprise. They haven't been heard from since the original Star Trek series. Now, the Andorians are back.
Don't get your antennas in a twist.
With a vengeance.
I'll enjoy having you as a prisoner.
Enterprise, an all-new episode. An all-new Enterprise. To save a desolate planet from rogue warriors, the crew goes where they have never gone before. Down and dirty.
You've never seen a Klingon in battle, have you?
This plan is a long shot.
Show yourselves!
I've never liked bullies.
Enterprise. On Wednesday, January 16th, Enterprise returns with 5 new episodes in a row.
They're reassigning you.
I'm certain High Command will find you a suitable replacement.
You're a part of my crew.
5 new missions for the first Star Trek crew.
If you asked anyone on board whether they thought this mission was worth the risk, you'd get the same answer from every one of them.
Enterprise. They are the pioneers of a new frontier. The first crew of the Enterprise. This fall, it's time to go where others have only dreamed. Get on board for a whole new season, Enterprise. September 18th, UPN takes you on two very different trips. First,
What are we waiting for?
brace yourself for an all-new season of Enterprise. Then, reopen the door to the Twilight Zone.
What you're about to see is possible, but not here.
Forrest Whitaker hosts another dimension for a new generation.
Run!
Wednesdays are out of this world. It all premieres September 18th, only on UPN. They are the first to explore deep space.
You wanted to see what's going on over there. We're going in.
Their mission, to go where others had only dreamed.
We all signed up for this trip because we wanted to do something no one had done before.
To find the courage to face the unknown.
You're in a dangerous situation.
I need to know I can count on you.
And pave the way for generations to come. This is the beginning of the Star Trek saga. Enterprise. UPN Wednesday on an all-new Star Trek Enterprise.
Have a drink with me.
Who do you choose to pull off the biggest heist in the galaxy?
I don't intend to destroy it. We're going to take it.
But who's scamming who?
The Imperial Guard doesn't serve at your leisure.
You son of a...
Every adventure begins with a dream.
We left Earth to explore. That's what being human is all about.
And the future starts here.
They're going to attack.
Get us out of here. We can do this. Fight back.
Enterprise. UPN Wednesday. The enemy has created a device
I want to know where the weapon is being built and when it's going to be ready.
that will destroy Earth.
Looks like some kind of countdown.
You have to get out of here!
Then, in 2 weeks, the unthinkable happens.
Earth.
Destroyed.
Star Trek Enterprise. UPN next Wednesday. An alien race gives a whole new meaning to close encounters of the third kind.
Maybe we could sleep together.
They need 3 to mate.
I'm pretty familiar with how it works with two sexes, but...
Oh, well, I have pictures.
A provocative all-new Enterprise. Co-Genitor. UPN next Wednesday at 8/7 Central. UPN Wednesday. A stunning new Star Trek Enterprise. In the blink of an eye.
Earth.
Their greatest fear.
Destroyed.
How could it have happened?
We could have saved them.
And who will pay?
You were relieved of command.
The Enterprise you must not miss.
Captain Starlog, September 10th, 2153. Our mission was one of peace, but recent events have changed all that. After Earth was brutally attacked by an unknown species, the Xindi, an elite military group joined Enterprise in our search for these aliens. Now we've entered an unknown part of the galaxy, the Delphic Expanse. We don't know what we'll find here, but there's no turning back.
UPN Wednesday. A mysterious spaceship is brought aboard Enterprise.
We've attracted the attention of 2 hostile species.
Unlocking its secrets has the power to change the course of history forever.
This is the first chance we've had to get some answers.
An all-new Enterprise that will leave you on the edge of your seat. UPN Wednesday. He can show her the universe and the secret that could save Earth.
Think of what I can offer you.
But at a price.
You would kill.
Hey, hello everybody. We got distracted talking about maps and where things are in England, so that's why we're slightly later than normal.
Very important subject matter, as you understand.
30 seconds late. Okay.
That's late to me, damn it. I'm a stickler for time. Happy February, everybody. We are here to celebrate
February.
The second month of
Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month. That is much more important than what I was going to talk about. But more important than possibly that is our upcoming watch-along and review of a seminal, very influential episode of Star Trek. None
of these things are true.
Well,
it was... It was seminal, but then they put it in the decon chamber, and now it's clean. So.
That's one of the best jokes you've ever done.
Thank you.
And you sounded so ashamed of it, and you really
I wasn't sure if it was going to come out.
Well, I mean, it's seminal, so it should have come out. But
right. Okay, this is going. You can tell how seriously we're taking this review. Okay, Frank, this is your pick, so technically this is your fault. But I hear that you're an actual fan of this episode.
I am, and I'm going to treat this like pros and cons, where I am going to defend this episode vehemently and its seminal nature. And if you need to use bleach to get it out, you can if there's stains. But let me just say, it's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be.
Wow.
Yeah, it's worse.
I don't know. I feel like on the tide of some of the episodes we've watched that have been objectively just shit, I am going to probably give this a bit more of a favourable look, because, there's always Code of Honor.
Well, that's what the pre-rating's for. So.
That is indeed. So let's have a look at a trailer. I've got two trailers actually for this one. This first one's a combo trailer. We can't play the game unfortunately with this one. So it'll just be a standard trailer. So let's hit this one. Let me just make sure.
It includes Terra Prime, apparently.
A very, very, very.
Yeah, because they aired together.
This is
okay.
You'll not notice. That's fine. Right, let's go.
UPN Friday.
Just beyond the next planet, just beyond the next star.
2 hours, 2 episodes, one incredible goodbye.
Oh, that's dirty.
I never thought it would come to an end.
As distant future generations look back. A break is bigger than this.
A lot of things change in 200 years.
On her last heroic missions.
How many died?
71.
Her journey ends where the Federation begins.
Here's to the next generation.
Star Trek Enterprise.
Okay,
that's dirty.
Okay, we have another trailer. So let's do this one. We'll just chain them. Here we go.
UPN next.
Just beyond the next planet, just beyond the next star.
The last hour, the last episode ever. One incredible goodbye.
That's a lot of fading text.
I believe I'm going to miss you.
As distant future generations look back. A break is bigger than this.
A lot of things change in 200 years.
On her last heroic missions.
How many died?
71.
Her journey ends where the Federation begins.
Here's to the next generation.
Yep,
Star Trek
they said the line.
Enterprise, the final episode. UPN next.
The music doesn't even sound Star Trek. It sounds like Star Wars.
It sounds like Galaxy Quest.
yeah, that's it.
Where did they get this from? Okay.
Yeah, the Galaxy Quest theme is actually kind of a bop.
Now, if that promo doesn't excite you almost to a seminal nature, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, listen, if I'd have seen that an episode was coming up and the TNG crew coming back to cross over with the Enterprise crew, I would have been excited for that. I would have been like, yeah, this is interesting. I want to see what they do with this. Obviously, I know what happens, but
It's so disingenuous of them to show off those CG shots of the Enterprise D and TOS Enterprise as if they're like doing anything in the actual like episode. That's so disingenuous. That's so dirty. They know exactly how they are in it for literally 2 seconds.
I'm going to spoil a little bit of a memory alpha pull for later, but Rick Berman describes this episode as a Valentine to the fans.
I mean, considering what I know of Rick Berman, yeah, that tracks.
Rick Berman, I choose you, Star Trek nerd.
Wow. Pinpoint the exact moment where the episode turns into a steaming pile of shit. Okay, Auto. Let's pre-rate me.
All right, so I've seen this one recently. It's not great. It's not a good episode, but it's even worse finale. I'm going to pre-rate this a 3. Ooh. I might go a little bit one way or the other, but...
Okay. I'm gonna go with a steady 4. I think I remember enjoying Riker a lot in this episode, but I remember it being rushed.
So not to.
Yeah, I'll go with a healthy 4, a substantial 4. which in hindsight sounds like a great episode. Go on, Stars.
I remember this episode being absolute trash. Even if you like stripped out the TNG parts, which are completely, they don't really add anything. I don't think they're just kind of reminiscent of a way better episode. Like the Pegasus is a banger, and I feel like this absolutely qualifies as like what's the term? Stolen valor. You did not earn this.
Yeah.
And like I remember, like all the Enterprise bits suck. Like no one's gotten a promotion.
Oh, yeah, it's 10 years ahead,
everyone
isn't it?
Yeah, it's 10 years ahead. So they said in 2161, Hoshi never made it past Ensign, so fuck you, I guess.
Wow.
That's worse than Harry Kim.
Dude, Phlox's mullet in Twilight was a better representation of the future than this entire episode.
Yeah, and the thing that you don't remember that I think always hits people when they go back and watch this is that everyone is anesthetized. Because, like, everyone's performance is really anemic because they knew they'd been cancelled and no one was happy with what they were doing on their finale. They were like, listen, Jonathan Frakes, I think he had done some direction work for the Enterprise, I'm pretty sure. Guess what? It's not his fucking show. And he knew that and he felt uncomfortable. And, like, guess what? That's going to affect your performance and it comes out. It shows. So I'm going to pre-rate this like a 1, and it might go downwards. I feel like this was actively this is almost in the code of honor. This was actively damaging to Star Trek in my mind.
In a kind of way, you're right, because Overtide says in chat, not just a finale to Enterprise, but possibly all of Trek, like Berman and Braga, essentially killed Star Trek at the time with this episode. Like there was no coming
Nemesis
back.
And this is the 1-2 punch.
They didn't.
Well,
Knock it off.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, it was
killing a franchise is Game of Thrones, and I'll get to that later.
Oh,
that was the nuclear option. This is nowhere near as bad as that.
Good point. Yeah.
No, I suppose not. But it is, especially when you compare it to all like the only thing that comes close in terms of badness and quality is Turnabout Intruder, which wasn't even designed as a finale. Like anything else, like I would include like Discovery Season 5's finale. I think is a better way to wrap up that show than this was. It's at least about Michael Burnham, which is what Discovery is ultimately about.
All right, Frank,
at least it succeeds there.
Are you going to tolerate the slander of your draft pick?
Disco, the whole show, its finale, all of it, put it in the bin. This is peak Trek. Yes. They all looked anemic and anesthetized and tired because they literally, when they started filming this episode, they had literally stopped filming Terra Prime about 30 minutes earlier, and they switched over some sets and turned on the cameras and started rolling. It was the same day from the last frame of Terra Prime that they were filming this.
Incredible.
Fun fact, I didn't know if you stole that out of anything for Memory Alpha for later, but yes, it takes away. It is true. I read it on the internet.
Seriously?
Oh.
All right.
I would believe it, given how like TV is filmed. I would believe that.
It is disorienting to see Fat Will Riker and
he's husky. Come on,
banged, banged, and I do mean bangs. Deanna Troi. It's very jarring in the promos and in the beginning of the episode, but it will take form, and I'll defend it. We'll get to it later. But it's beautiful on so many different levels because this is the beginning of everything. We've all been on this journey for years. We've seen all these other shows. At this point, Nemesis had already been out, so it was no secret. Like, oh, well, we're going back to the D. This is something weird. Like, the Next Generation is dead at this point. This is the only living Star Trek. And it is the conclusion of the first people that founded everything and started everything that gave us Star Trek, gave us the United Federation of Planets, gave us Starfleet, gave us the Enterprise, gave us all these things. And we're just paying
homage. About Star
homage.
Trek First Contact.
So you're pre-rating this a 2 or what?
I am going to screw up all your averages, and I am going to give this a 7.5 pre-rating. And that is genuine.
It's fine. We don't average the pre-rating. Yeah, Frank, we made a mistake actually inviting here because you've got the power to actually upset the entire balance of power in the spreadsheet, because this could end up being rated alongside some actual episodes we enjoy. But I'm holding my
don't
judgment.
worry, I'll take care of that.
Okay, that's fine. Minus 3,000 coming up.
Yes. It'll be an integer, so it won't fuck with the actual thing, so
That's
you're
true.
welcome to that.
Yes, please don't start rating in algebra. I'll get very confused. Right, okay, let's start this off. Let's get this over with. Spool up your Paramount Pluses, put in that VHS copy that's sadly not been overwritten yet with something decent. We're going to start These Are the Voyages in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hope this works. It did.
In a
I
Brazilian
like how she's in hair.
years.
Yeah.
I already know what my worst moment is. It's toward the end.
Yes, he's the captain.
Is that a new set of monitors on the bridge there?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember
Why
that
are they
being
so
there.
friggin' high?
No, Reed's lost. Reed had an accident. He no longer has the bottom 3 inches of his legs. Bit casual, Reed.
Humble archer.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's a holodeck.
Wait, so did everyone only the female members of staff got a new haircut?
Yeah. He looks good in that uniform.
That would be a Goosebumps moment for everyone.
Oh my
watching.
god, it's all been a holodeck?
Oh, that was a bad transition.
Yeah, that was...
Well, Rick Berman animated it by hand, so...
I'll tell you what you can animate.
I was going to say, we can skip this part, but...
No.
I even like it. I'm just not in the mood for it today.
You know what? The time is finally near.
Yeah. And had we been doing this in chronological order, this could almost be some sort of, like, celebration.
Actually, I lied. I have 2 worst moments.
Now, if you watch Star Trek in chronological, not like broadcast, but chronological order, this would be very jarring to somebody that's never watched Star Trek. Who the hell's that guy? What is computer in program? What's this?
Yeah, that
Good
would
thing
actually...
they don't release them chronologically.
No, actually, go, because you'd have to watch First Contact before this, so you would know who Riker is.
Oh, because of regeneration.
Well, yeah, because First Contact takes place in 2063,
no, but you
which is
can,
years before this.
You can only watch the 2063 parts of
parts.
First Contact, not the fighting the Borg cube part.
Horrible, yeah.
They cut all the
all these people. Why is that guy like that? It turns anyone into
I've caught on now. You're actually talking like pure chronological, like every episode.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah,
I've seen the Bell Rights of DS9. I've seen that one episode of Strange New Worlds.
Oh, there she is.
That's a nice CG model of the
not
D.
bad.
We need the Topher Grace edit.
Yeah.
I'm very tempted to do the Pegasus. These are the Pegasus edit.
These are the Pegasi.
It doesn't add anything really.
No.
It doesn't really. Well, so this is stock footage, isn't it?
Yeah, some of it is.
Not.
Yeah.
No, this is not. Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah. That's such a weird line.
You're very English today, Deanna.
I mean, she's aged better than kind of he has. Like, I'm not that like besmirch Jonathan Frakes. He's aged beautifully, but like,
I'm sitting here in my moth-ridden hoodie, and I'm like, these people are so fat and ugly.
Actually, I'm never gonna take. Like, I think he looks kind of about the same, kind of maybe a tiny little bit wider, but
his
not
face
that
is.
different.
I don't know if maybe it's just his beard.
His face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the face. It's the face and the hair actually as well.
He's a bit swollen in the face, and she's a bit swollen in the turboliths.
It's like, what?
That just reminds me of that meme's like, How do you start a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Not even Shran can make this episode good, and that's saying something.
No, actually, it kind of makes it worse, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's such a shitty side quest in the finale.
This just starts off at like 100 miles an hour, doesn't it?
Like, considering the last time we saw Shran, he was part of the Imperial Guard and he wasn't dead, so...
They were a little too subtle with the cues that it's in the future. They should have
just, like,
they should have put something in dialogue, I think.
Yeah.
I think it should change the uniforms. But, appreciate they probably
I think that would have been your cue, like, Jamel gave birth 5 years ago, I guess.
Put him in the Voyager Delta Flyer flight suits
Yeah.
from Drive. The racing suits, that would have been sick. Objective mode. Yes, there's your best moment. Dude, I would live in the holodeck if we could do this shit.
All right, Reginald Barclay.
That's quite cool, not that they have him face through the door.
Yeah, the no clipping.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you actually have no clip. Okay.
Then they got rid of the penny.
This is so much exposition going on, like...
It's because he's shoehorned in here.
Yeah. It's also just kind of weird that, like, Shran, who was, like, one of the foremost military operatives of Andoria, is like, oh, some guys with questionable business ventures have tracked me down. This is not the character for this.
I think a lot of this is also, because I think, read the rumours of what Season 5 was going to be, and Shran was going to be, like, a much major part of this, and part of this episode...
He was like a recurring character, if not, like, main cast, right?
Some of this episode, notably these parts, are actually adapted from an episode that wasn't going to be a finale, but they just sort of slung it in here. So it kind of feels like they were going to lead in. This is going to be the lead into Shran maybe joining, or.
Dude, it's gonna be weird to act this out with fucking Riker sitting right there.
I don't believe he's really there. The camera framing looks too weird.
Yeah, it does look a bit odd. No, the perspective's off. He's like way too short.
No, not in every shot, but the one behind where he was walking in front of him, I think he was sitting there.
That one I think was, but.
In the internet article that I totally made up talking about they started filming the same day as Terra Prime, Frakes and Sirtis stuck around for 3 days after principal photography ended, and they sent all the other actors home just to do green screen stuff. So,
well, they didn't stay for 3 days. They called them back.
I think
March
they were held
9th.
hostage for 3 days.
I did read that part, so.
Look at this. We've had so much character development. It's been 10 years. It's been 5 years. Like, guys.
Yeah. I want her to just be into, like, gangster rap or something. Like, show me she's, like, developed.
No, they should have given Ultra grey hair.
Yeah.
I don't think Blaylock's actually acting in this episode. She's
just pissed off.
Annoyed.
So pissed to be
I would
here.
Be pissed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk through Riker. Fuck. Come on, you had the budget.
Yeah.
No
clip through Riker. That would at least be sweet.
That's a different Porthos, right? That has
Probably
to be.
by this point.
Chef Riker.
Dude, she's so much more emotive, especially with her face, than she is in the first couple seasons. Which, I mean, makes sense, but it's interesting. Say that 10 times fast.
Shran shovel.
I like that. This is a little bit of a thing because it assumes that T'Pol now has like a casual relationship with the chef. That's something. This is not bad.
And she's got a lot of emotion in her acting too.
Yeah, like even the vocal inflections.
Yeah.
She's.
Do you ever miss him? Oh yeah, let's get rid of that development everyone liked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's definitely a lot more emotive.
She's very emotional. Yeah, which is she modulates it because it's
calling him Trip. But then again, this is holodeck. They could have got it wrong. I mean, you know what AI is like.
Well, no, I mean, if you go live in a different country, different culture for 5, 7 years, 9 years, I guess, from the beginning of Enterprise, you'll assimilate.
The problem is whenever Riker is interacting with the characters, that's the computer making shit up. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. She is not giving this a role. And I don't blame her one bit.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
inappropriate.
why?
No, okay, no.
No,
Oh, it gets worse. This has got Berman's fingerprints on it.
Yeah. Has he got
Even
writing
Braga
credit on
doesn't-
this one?
Yes,
Yeah,
even Braga doesn't do this shit.
I mean, I appreciate that they went to the effort to get the TNG Season 1 uniforms, but that's something, I guess. There you are. I'm in the fucking conference room, which looks wrong, by the way, because it hasn't got the display case.
You alright? Yeah. This is the Generations one.
How many died?
Unless it's just another conference room, maybe they have two?
No, they don't.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Dude, she's just like an AI prompt asking random questions. She doesn't really
Yeah.
interact with them.
Yeah.
This is actually the most compelling character moment in the whole episode. And it's gone.
Yeah. This is really just like talking about your latest like TV show episode. Oh, you see the one on the game last night? Like,
It's Barclay again.
yeah, it's always Barclay, isn't it? Either that or Ensign Janeway, so that Troy can tell her to fuck off. Yeah, you gotta open it. At that point, I'd rather just use the handle, really.
Yeah. I love that chair. I do want that chair.
No, you don't remember that.
Riker's just
Fussy?
playing. Actually, no, he done the seat scoot. Look, the seat that scooted across. Actually, fucking used it.
Actually, this is what we would do if we were on the bridge. We'd go around and fiddle with all that.
That's kind of
yeah,
what we did in
absolutely.
Roddenberry.
I also have to point out, museums in the 24th century have photographs.
Well, gotta prove it's real.
Shut up, Reed.
I like he just comes down to engineering just to chat with his buddy now.
Just a bitch, yeah.
Got nothing better to do.
Oh, I forgot they put the names on the fucking shoulders. What was that line read? We done Albert 3.
Kelby was unavailable.
Yeah, I guess so. Or Ensign Rivers. Massaro, unfortunately.
Dude, red
passed.
lettering on blue background is impossible to read.
Yeah, yeah, it looks like Rucker.
It says Carter. Clearly, this is Carter.
Yeah, clearly.
No, wait, C fucker? What?
I would like
All good things.
They should have done it sooner, and they can have like they can have an alien come aboard, and they go, "Your name is Mareed? Ah, Mareed. Glad to meet you, Kataka." Jarcha.
Everyone is just kind of sad and disappointed throughout. I mean, the Enterprise crew.
No, the actors as well.
Yeah.
Dude, this is fucking ass.
Hey kids, this guy's about to die. Get ready.
It's called dramatic irony.
Oh, she's got sass. She's out of her element. Impeccable acting from fuck.
Oh, it was actually Barclay.
Yeah, it was Barclay.
Yeah.
Of course it was.
Can you stop and stand still for that long?
No. But I'm not an actor, so... What was the point of showing off by walking? That was completely pointless.
Bloody Riker, he doesn't take time to savour the finer plot points. He's like, nah, skip ahead to the good bits.
Skip the cutscenes, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was wondering if it was going to be red text on blue for all of them. Like, I was wondering if it would be, like, yellow for command and blue for science. But no, it's red on all of them. It looks like trash.
Blue
Remember?
wouldn't make sense either.
I mean, you could have just gone with white. White looks fine on blue. In case you couldn't tell, my dad used to be a graphics designer,
Mako
so
Riker.
I internalized about that.
It's like literally my most requested timelines card is Mako Riker.
This is such a weird conversation. What would these two really talk about this in public?
I do like those jackets.
No, but the way they storyboarded it, it's the only scene that they have together before they kill him. So, or before they break him up, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but no, I guess I could have done it later. What are you doing?
She's like awfully twitchy.
She's probably the only character that shows that she's had some development in the last 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll lose touch with life.
I like that he's like the emotional anchor for her now, years
yeah.
later. Riker's just staring at him the whole time.
Just looking vaguely sleepy, like I've looked like that. Like,
I mean, you watch films, you fall asleep watching a film, because it happened on the holodeck as well, isn't it? Have a couple of gins, get the sofa out, and just watch us play.
Like this is straight out of straight out of season 1. It's such a random, shitty side plot.
Look, we've come full circle.
I lied.
Where are the other drugs going?
Swear to me.
Yeah, exactly. And I swear.
They probably shouldn't have brought the guy named Sea Fucker to the mission where you got to save the child.
Oh no!
What does that say on his shirt? What? How could you? That sounds like a Lower Decks joke. That really does. They showed me inappropriate TV shows.
Why hungry? I'm dead.
What do you think the Andorian equivalent of Bluey is? Ready? So this is the kind of highbrow humor you can expect.
Do these aliens even have a name?
No, I don't think so.
They're just generic bad guys.
Yeah. You mean the Chaos Emeralds? Well, I have a Chaos Emerald right
It's
here.
gonna go supersonic. Sweet.
Chaos Control.
I should rewatch Sonic 3. That was actually fairly decent.
I haven't seen Sonic 2 and 3. I should watch those.
They are good.
This little blue beauty.
Yeah.
Don't go to any strange islands.
Who's to part? No, come on, man. You will have many granola bars.
There's a chef on the ship. He's really good.
It's a bit chatty, a bit forward, but you'll be fine. I mean, they have transporters, like...
Yes, but they're still afraid to use them a decade later.
Quote unquote, yeah.
Which I do generally like. That they have to work around that, but then just like don't introduce it until later in the series.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like they're scared to use it, but then they'll use it. It's like, well, and they didn't commit to the idea that it might have like actual get flashbanged, idiot. Like I think the novels committed to the idea that the Enterprise era transporters gave you cellular damage, but you don't see it in the actual show.
All right, hold on. Here comes the good part.
The whole thing's a good part.
Is it?
Riker's just playing Call of Duty on the holodeck. Look at him. Oh, God, that's so awesome. You fat boy, come here.
Meanwhile, aren't they like stuck phased through an asteroid at this point?
No.
Aren't they being hunted by the Romulans in Pegasus?
Yeah, are they still hiding in the asteroid, or are they searching for the Pegasus?
I think they're still searching for the Pegasus, or Pressman hasn't arrived yet, I think is where they're at.
Can you imagine? Riker to the bridge, Admiral Pressman wants a meeting. He's like, I'm in a live game. I can't pause.
I can't pause it, Captain.
Oh my god, you ruined my kill streak.
I couldn't get my tactical nuke. Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Boss.
Yeah, they even could have just killed him there.
Yeah.
Because they say in dialogue he's going to die just for like the fake threat during the episode, and then they kill him in a dumber way later.
Yeah.
Wow,
Thanks,
just
Slur.
just teaching kids racism. Fantastic.
Be really, really funny if Trip just died of like anaphylactic shock.
Turns out peanut allergy this whole time.
Who knew?
Bromelain.
Where's Phlox this episode? I haven't seen him a single time.
Who cares?
They mentioned him, but yeah. Yeah, see, we only just arrived at the asteroid field.
Okay. Spinal.
This part's good.
Nice that Spiner did that though.
Yeah, it's cute. What is it? I like climbing.
No one remembers this hundreds of years later. That's so bullshit.
Yeah.
This is, and if you've not watched this episode, this is a weird...
Well, it breaks continuity, doesn't it? Yeah.
Still, it's...
Even if you have watched it, all it does is restate information from the Pegasus, so it doesn't add anything. It should be an easy choice, shouldn't it, Riker?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, and you've had such a problem with following orders before.
And also, Picard's like your role model.
Yeah, it's season 7 by this point. Like.
Yeah. Like, season 3 Riker would have told him straight away.
By the way, you should start counting how many slurs they say in this episode.
2 so far. Oh, 3, technically, yeah.
Keep your hair on, Lieutenant.
Notice your shirt on, Lieutenant.
This
I should have absolutely directed that to Reed.
Yeah.
Absolutely should have.
God, this sucks.
Let's eulogize the guy who's not technically dead yet. Could barely speak English. This is kind of low-key, like, kind of classist, isn't it? Really? All these southern stereotypes about Trip, which have kind of never been true.
Yeah, also, what the fuck does this have to do with anything?
Yeah.
You're just asking them how hot they think he is so that you can decide whether or not to do the right thing. Okay. I like that.
To be fair, I bet you could actually say that to Mayweather and he wouldn't clock it.
You would have no idea.
Oh, there's Flops.
Oh, there's
There we go.
Flops, finally. I need
No
what's
mullet,
the
though.
timestamp? 26 minutes in.
Is this mandatory
mullet.
pizza time or something? Like,
I guess so, yeah.
Or has Riker manipulated the program to talk to everyone?
This is...
Wow, what incredible insight. This is totally applicable to your situation, Riker.
Oh, here we go. They toast the next generation.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that, yeah.
Now, if they were completely shit-faced doing this scene, I would appreciate it more.
Yeah.
Here's to a Voyager that will go to some deep space 9 times.
See, O'Brien and Bashir used to get wasted all the time.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry, I spoke over it.
Here's to strange new worlds and a guy named Picard.
What a discovery. Can't wait to go search the lower decks. You know, Trip, you're something of a prodigy.
Section
I like
31.
going on these short trips with you.
This is the birth of the Federation.
Not a ship, it's almost like we're in some kind of armada. Yeah.
There you go.
Just shoot them all into one conversation.
Wow. The problem is, it's just as like it's literally what they're doing.
Did they ever explain how they got on board?
Shran was wrong. That's it.
What?
God, they're such generic bad guys.
I don't think they've even gotten a name. Like,
oh yeah, this is lame.
His acting isn't very good here either. This little dumb show.
Hammer time.
we're in a TV show. People don't wake up on when they're unconscious. Like, come on.
Kind of looks like George W.
A little bit here. Don't misunderestimate me.
Especially when he
now
licks
watch
his
this
lips.
drive.
Quick, someone throw a shoe. Why is he doing this?
Because he's gonna blow up the deck. Or
Yeah, no,
whatever.
I understand the end game, but how? What?
He lured them away from Archer to save his life. And now he's gonna kill them so they don't take over the ship, and this is apparently the only way he can do it.
But yeah,
There's only 80 people on the ship. They were just attacked and boarded. They absolutely cannot make it all the way across the ship to find the intruders in time.
Where's security, by the way?
Reed,
we know Reed isn't doing anything because he's hanging around engineering. So
where's Trip? There had to be a better way of doing it than that.
No, that's literally the only way to save the ship.
Huh? okay, Overtide. I'll stop.
We don't ask this kind of questions. Oh god, Overtide's right. How did we not do in his to those old scientists? God damn it.
I wish someone could draw us for some kind of animated series. No.
My God, was somebody in here?
In here?
Ooh, synthosurfactant.
Thermalized his lungs? Alright.
Oh, yeah, I had mine thermalized last week. Really breathe better. Of course. Yeah, I'll talk about it later.
I think
is this like...
Trip must have had the most near deaths of any main cast. Wink.
What? I don't.
Oh wait, that's the torpedo bay.
Well, that will expedite the process.
To know him was to love him.
Why is somebody playing Amazing Grace on the bagpipes? What?
Hoshi, I didn't know you could play.
Okay, this scene might blow ass too.
I mean, the entire thing's blown ass, so...
How many blasters out of 10?
Like, this should have been the big scene where they pour their heart out, and Archer comes in and just says a bunch of platitudes.
Smells like Old Spice.
Oh no, I don't think seems like an Old Spice kind of guy.
She's going through his cum socks.
Oh, you can never, ever tell me off for a blue joke again. What the fuck?
Right, yeah, that's it.
Oh my gosh.
The line has been redefined.
Wow.
And now I know my Schiller rating.
Is that... Oh, I thought that was a tiny bad Garrick or something.
No.
Why did we never meet Trip's parents? We met T'Pol's.
He's just like chuckling his way through the scene. He was your best friend, right?
Yeah.
No, that's kind of the opposite of what she just said.
Oh my god! Well, you could not string those two together.
To be fair, that's very on point for
rhyme.
Cliche.
Yeah. I guess it's tricky to rock a rhyme right on time.
No, come on. Archer and Tact are not like anywhere near each other in the same room. Like, so this is very on point.
I don't know, man. We just watched Terra Prime. That final
even
episode was
for
pretty.
even for Archer, this is so. He can't show shred of emotion either.
A strange new world.
And these would be the voyages that would take us there.
We're going on a very short trek there.
I feel like they're talking about Tiny Tim, you know, like Tiny Tim, Trip Tucker. He loved the ducks on the river. Like, fuck off.
I do like having them come in after the fact. A little time switch here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel like it makes the scene mean a little bit more.
Because we never see Chef. We always hear about Chef, and it actually turning out the Chef is quite an important character is quite nice.
Yeah, we see his legs.
It was Riker all along. You know, like 20 minutes ago we thought that.
Except the time he nearly died.
Good for my eyesight.
That's all, folks.
I mean, I'd hope so. No such thing exists. Wait, does that mean that you don't trust, like, Hoshi or Mayweather?
Mayweather? Hoshi,
I mean, one
Archer,
episode earlier,
DePaul,
Mayweather let a
Reed.
spy on board the ship, so you can't
Vlogs.
Yeah.
Why did we not get a Riker as a chef and a Shran making pizza scene? That could have been fucking hilarious.
No, it wouldn't have been.
With blue sauce.
Why are you assuming that this would ever have been anything? I gotta pack my coffin. This is really helpful for making the Pegasus choice. Like, what the fuck?
Behold, CG.
Yeah, Enterprise CG has aged pretty poorly. He just bitches the entire episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you would too if you lost 3 inches off your leg.
I think a bunch of the people sitting here are various like production members. There's Andre Bormanis, the science guy in the middle.
That's cool.
I did like this shot because I didn't notice Deanna at first, and then once you do, you're like, oh.
CRP founder Archer. You look like shit.
Eugene Chafal.
You had need a new uniform or a new neck. Why the fuck aren't we watching Insurrection? God damn it!
I think we may have to tie that one up next. We need a feel good moment.
Well, I didn't draft it because it's not as good as this. Although that is my favorite Trek movie.
Honestly, valid.
The kids call it based.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what?
So this is like the last scenes filmed for the series. That's a Berman line.
I'm gonna get to blowing.
Oh God, they brought that back. Fuck, get out of it. I hate that.
Optimism. Maybe we'll get to season 5. We didn't.
Captain.
Fuck. Captain Archer. Commander Tucker.
Tucker.
I forgot about that. I feel like we're only about 4 years away from someone just AI making season 5.
Probably. It'll probably be awful. Quick check. Does COP founder Archer have the hero trait?
I think they got rid of the hero trait, didn't they?
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That will account for 0.1 of my score.
T'Pol has been kissed against her will, hugged against her will, and had her shoulders rubbed against her will.
Hey, but at least you won't have to listen to Archer's speech against her will.
No, but that's why we're here. That's the depressing thing.
Are we?
Well,
tell me more about that. Are we?
Yeah, I know.
What are we here for? Just to suffer?
No, I've been nervous plenty of times. Oh, they said it! They said the fucking game.
Oh.
Computer cockblock.
No.
Fuck off.
No one wanted to watch that.
And then they went off, and Picard was still pissed because, like, it didn't fix the actual issue.
And then some Kelpian on a dilithium-filled asteroid would blow it all to pieces. Valentine's letter.
No, I do like this part. Like, if they'd have just thrown this in at the end, it would have been...
In a better episode, it would have been more poignant.
I don't know. I also don't love that it doesn't include DS9 and Voyager.
Those aren't real Star Trek series. Come on. They're spin-offs.
More real than this.
Oh, good. It's over.
Ugh.
Thank you, Solomon Burke. Thank you.
Everyone's very proud of what they did on this work.
Thank you, Herman Zimmerman. Actually, genuinely,
I do kind of like that Dennis McCarthy did it because he was so influential.
Yeah. Dan Curry. Ronald B.
But Tide, you don't mean that. This episode is not worth all its thoughts for the weak rain check joke. It's not worth that.
No, we have to go through the credits because this is important.
Do we?
Oh, right,
I think so.
Okay, fine. Okay. Okay.
Was anything in this important?
Well, I have some positive things to say. Oh, right, let's go.
Do you?
I do, believe it or not. But how about we talk about that after we've done this?
Deep sigh.
It's not coming through to us, by the way. So.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Star Trek Trek. Let me just turn on a button so you guys can hear it. The stream could hear it fine.
Thanks.
Actually, no, the stream couldn't hear it fine. Let's do that again. Start, say the line.
Captain.
Professionalism.
Right, let's do that again.
Captain. It's still not coming through to us.
It's fine. We only have one viewer.
Okay, it should have been coming through to you. Why was that not coming through? Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to Star Trek Trek. I've got some editing to do apparently. Our continuing journey through the annals of Star Trek, and we
this
have
all
finally
stays in. No edits.
We have reached...
This episode deserves no edits.
This deserves no edits. Yeah, so we've reached the end of Enterprise, although we haven't watched all the episodes. We just decided to say, fuck it, let's go to the end anyway, after watching Demons and Terra Prime. And I believe one of you in chat, one of you guys actually said, hey, now we've done Demons and Terra Prime, let's just move straight on to Frank's pick and do These Are the Voyages. And whoever that person was, when I find them...
8.5.
They're going to give them the 8.5ing of a lifetime. So, Frank, this was technically your draft pick, or it was a draft that was picked for you. as because you weren't in the drafting session, you got all the worst episodes. So please, Frank, please tell us why.
I would have picked it if I was there. This episode is so perfect. It is, think about it. The Pegasus episode happened like 11 years before this one's airing.
He was an idiot.
Exactly. Riker was an idiot because Riker should have just known what to do in the beginning. And he needs reassurance. And when Will Riker, now keep in mind, Will Riker is the laughing stock of Starfleet because he's turned down his own command how many times? To sit under the learning tree of one Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah, that fucker, that asshole who never accomplished anything.
Exactly. And he doesn't know who to talk to or who to get advice from. He doesn't have a father he can turn to. He doesn't have a friend he can turn to. He doesn't have a brother he can turn to. Who does he turn to? He turns to Captain Jonathan Archer, to Paul, Commander Trip Tucker, Ensign Mayweather, Ensign Hoshi Sato, and Commander Reed of the Starship Enterprise and Phlox, NX-01, and says, damn it, I broke all kinds of laws and I killed a lot of people with a secret ship and a cloaking device, and I don't know what to do. And they told him what to do, and with his heart, he went forward, and he became one of the most important captains in Starfleet history. Did not become an admiral. He became a captain. He retired. He came back to the captaincy, and once again, so many times, he saves the universe. He saves the universe more times than can probably be documented. And why? It all boils down to this point. He got good advice from the first crew to bear the name Enterprise.
Good advice and Captain...
Look at him try.
Good advice and Captain Archer generally aren't two parts of the conversation I would put together. Excellent events. Rebuttal, gentlemen.
This episode's ass.
Welcome to Pros and Cons.
Yes.
It's just flatly boring ass. Like, I think of some of like the worst of like late season TNG DS9 Voyager, like episodes which like you forget about. Like I think about Aquiel. I think about like Man of the People. I think about fucking oh god, so many of them are slipping out of my mind. They're so like boring, and I think, well, at least they didn't actively like shit on the show by making it 50% like another show. At least they had enough respect to the actors to not go, by the way, you're sharing your final days of filming with this guy. And it's like, well, okay, is it at least in service of like a wider point? You're just kind of gonna give him platitudes, and then he'll come to a decision that is already foregone by an episode that aired 11 years ago, that has no real pertinence here. And everyone said, wow, that sounds like shit. I won't try because I'm already fired. And then that's how you get this episode.
So I actually do. I'm not going to defend it. I can understand why they wanted to do something like this. 18 consecutive years of Star Trek. What, 4 different series? And Berman personally was involved with all of them, so I understand why he would want to do this. I got a lot of problems with Berman we'll get to later. But I can understand why they want to do it. I think the problem is because it's a prequel, you can't really do it without taking away from the original. If these were flipped and TNG aired later, you can go in the holodeck, bring in an older Scott Bakula, an older Jolene Blaylock, have them do something where they can be the side characters to this TNG finale. But by doing it the other way, you've made the Enterprise characters the side characters to someone else's story, and that it doesn't work for the Enterprise finale.
The kind of thing I would put on everyone's minds is just that This is a holodeck right, we haven't seen these characters for real. These are all holographic characters, similar to, and pulling from Memory Alpha, this is the only other episode that features entirely holographic crew, like Living Witness, who the original cast do not appear in. This isn't really the NX-01 crew. This is all a fabrication of a holodeck program written by someone. This just doesn't happen. I don't think, and thankfully the books then go on to just rewrite it and go, no, fuck no, this didn't happen. So this is all just kind of like Riker
which is the mark
soul-searching.
of a great episode.
And part of me kind of thinks that like Riker just rewrote it part of himself just so he could get in a chef's uniform and hang out with people and just try and get some like avoid his problem. He was procrastinating as much as possible to avoid the actual problem that he had.
I mean,
that's weird and parasocial.
he's got a hard decision to make. Instead, he goes and plays Call of Duty on the holodeck. I've never identified more with Riker than this episode.
Right?
A great procrastination episode.
Yeah. Pressman's waiting, Picard's waiting. He must have, because he kept breaking it up into little sections and then going back to the conference room to talk to Deanna or going to her quarters. He legitimately spent 2 days doing this. Doing nothing else.
He didn't have any command duties to execute. He didn't have any personnel evaluations. He didn't have anything to worry about.
Barclay's pissed because this is all his allocated holodeck time, and he's just like, right.
Well, Barclay can suck it.
Although they do have 5
guess
holodecks.
what? Reg needs to wean himself off. So
speaking
here's
of wean,
the thing, right?
no.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I can actually see a way in which you can use a kind of similar framing device, but do it gooder. And it's you have the exact same kind of setup of it's the TNG crew in the future. If you want to, I think it would be better to use. I would have just used Voyager, frankly, because like, why not? Like maybe do something set after the end of Voyager and have it be that they're doing their assignments, so you get to tie up a lot of loose ends there as well, because we never see what happened they were doing after the end of the series.
I tell you who,
and then they're doing like an archaeological expedition to a planet, and it happens to be of the NX-01's last mission, and then things are. The records are damaged. They don't know the exact thing, and that's how you get some of the framing structure. Is we don't know exactly what's going on here. It's like partially reconstructed logs, a holodeck reconstruction of what might have happened, and like you get the occasional flashback, but it's like, well, this is what we can guess happened, and then at least it's not like there's some degree of agency and of a guess as to what happened, as opposed to the holodeck being like, well, yeah, this is what happened. Because I see your point, Idle, but holodeck recreations, especially of Starfleet history, tend to be like down to the minute. They tend to be like extremely accurate. And this is all fanon that you're drawing on.
This is more like me hand waving, going like, here's how you can just like push them up. I tell you what, going on your Voyager idea, who would actually be a good couple for this would have been Harry Kim and Tuvok. I would love Harry Kim being the Riker analog here, looking for searching the Starfleet database, and Tuvok kind of being the kind of explanation of morality sort of part to bounce off. That may, like, if you're going to talk specifically Voyager, or you could say Harry Kim and Neelix if you want to be a masochist, but...
No, how about we lean into one of Voyager's strengths and into one of Enterprise's strengths, and we make it B'Elanna and Tom... and more about Trip and Paul, the people that actually people kind of care about. If you put 4 years into Enterprise at this point, you're more invested in that dynamic than you are in about
like halfway through season 4 episode. That would have been a great season 4 episode 13. Suddenly we're with Tom and B'Elanna and they're coming back and they're reviewing this. Cinema.
Yeah, like, and it's like, because if I recall, this kind of got retrofitted to be a finale, right? Yeah. Which is always which is baffling to me. But it's like you could have made it salvageable.
It kind of did.
It was going to be the season 3 finale.
Season 3 finale?
What? Really?
Weird.
Yeah.
They weren't sure if they were going to be picked up, so it was going to be the finale if the show ended after 3 seasons.
Right, okay.
It was never going to be anything other than TNG. A, it's the most popular of Berman era.
Yes.
B, it's where Berman got his start. C, it's the first one in this 18-year run, so they wanted to bookend it. It just... That's not really the series they picked is not really the problem. It's kind of everything else. So,
well, yeah, that's just like that's the first line on the shit. Just.
Okay, so this episode was predictably written by Rick Berman and Brandon Braga. This was directed by Alan Croker. Alan Croker has done some pretty good episodes in the past. He's done A Time to Stand, Sacrifice of Angels. He's done Year of Hell, Bride of Chaotica. He's done Fight or Flight. I mentioned that one because we reviewed it a few years back. He's done The Expanse. He did Bound. But he's also done What You Leave Behind and Endgame. And now these are the Voyages. He has killed 3 Star Trek shows. He will kill again. No, you know what
Actually,
I mean.
I thought the direction was one of the best parts of this. A lot of cool reveals. The first reveal with Riker where he turns around, everyone gets, oh shit, it's Riker. When he does the objective mode, he no clips through the wall. That's cool. When they pan up and he's a Mako blasting away, like there's a lot of a little subtle reveal. Well, not so subtle reveals. Deanna at the end in the big auditorium where it stuff catches you off guard, and that's nice as a fan to be something you're not expecting. So I really don't have a problem with the direction here.
I think, see, I'm 2 minds of this episode because there are a few little glimmers in here that I liked. There are some things in here that I think could have benefited from, like I said earlier, being like a mid-series episode that maybe delved into this rather than the season finale. I feel like if this had been like in the middle of season 2, we would have been a bit more forgiving on it and gone, cool little crossover, a bit awkward, a bit janky, but fine, it is what it is. But because it's kind of like, it's very much over... No, I'm going to pick my words carefully here. I'm not going to say it's over-hated. I do feel it is rightfully hated. But there is a little bit of sort of like, if this was the middle season, we wouldn't have been so angry at it. But I do like everything with Riker being a chef. I was quite keen on his talking to every member of the crew because it kind of, although it feels like it's a bit shoehorning everyone into a role, watching Phlox make pizza was quite good. And you kind of see the little seeds of Riker in Nepenthe a little bit there. That's kind of what I was thinking as they're making pizza.
Yeah, a little bit.
I kind of like, I like this more sort of sociable Riker. When he relaxes, you just realise how personable he is. So, and I don't hate the Riker and Troy moments in this. I don't think they're deserved, and I don't think it's the right episode to do it with Pegasus.
But they're just nothing, because if you've watched Pegasus before, they don't add anything new. All they do is reiterate plot points.
No, it's a
Pegasus.
weird choice. Yeah.
And it doesn't really have any correlation to what they're going through at the time either. It has no correlation to Archer's struggle to write his speech. It has no correlation with Trip deciding to sacrifice himself. And it's like, is that meant to be it? It's like, yes, you'll choose to sacrifice yourself for your captain. It's like, but the problem wasn't necessarily about sacrificing yourself to your captain. It was about the chain of command and like stuff like that. Like, it was not. It just doesn't make any degree of sense. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Why did they kill Trip?
It's
like,
just one of those.
Why?
It's a typical TV trapping of it's a season finale. We've got to kill someone, and it's so predictable and just pointless that you see it coming a mile away. But it's
that's more a thing in modern media. I don't think at that time it was that popular of a trope.
I mean, no, it's been
just
a while.
Kill someone for the sake. I know, like Game of Thrones really blew it up in pop culture, but
no, I'm talking specifically finales. You always expect and I'm talking going back to
who have they killed in other Star Trek finales? Just
not Star Trek
for the sake
specifically, but like in TV in general. I mean, going all the way back to Wrath of Khan when there were people saying, right, it's a big movie moment, it's a big finale moment. Let's kill Spock, and everyone have their own outrage with that. And I feel like a lot of TV
he wasn't going to come back.
Yeah, and I think a lot of TV just leaves itself to everyone go to finale and going, right, who's surviving this? And you are right, it is more endemic of modern media, but I don't think it was entirely uncommon. But I'm not saying that as an excuse, it was shit. But I feel like they sort of just went, right, it's a finale, let's have a shock effect moment here, let's kill Trip.
All right, so I'll agree. I think they did it just for the shock because Rick Berman's a shitty fucking writer.
Probably.
But I don't think that it's a classic Trek trope.
Okay.
Spock, when they wrote him out,
I'm not saying
tired
Trek
with the franchise. No. He didn't want to. Didn't want to return, and they ended up switching it right at the end so that he could return. When they killed Tasha, it's because she didn't want to come back. I think Hemmer is the only one I can think of where they killed someone for a reason other than they weren't going to come back.
I'll just clarify. I'm not saying a Trek trope. I'm saying a TV trope.
He was like a TV trope.
Yeah, not Trek.
I don't know that. I think I'm kind of with Auto. I don't think that was as much of a thing in the mid 2000s. I don't think. Definitely a thing nowadays. Like, you go into any finale, you're kind of expecting half the cast to bite it, but back in the 2000s, not as much. Maybe it's the kind of TV I watch, but
Frank, did you pick this episode because Trip dies, Frank? Is that why you like it so much?
I did, and I would not have killed him if I was writing this. I would have killed somebody else. maybe multiple somebody else's.
Berman and Braga.
Yeah, they just appear up.
I would have killed Archer and then had them Weekend at Bernie's Archer through his speech
by twisting the loose skin at the back of his neck.
Yes. They're all struggling to give because they're like, crap, he didn't write it. What are we gonna say? And they're trying.
Gonna have to hook him up by his backupec.
You say it's an overly hated, not rightfully hated, but overly hated episode and finale, and I will agree to that. And all the people at Star Trek Las Vegas in a big room that voted it unanimously the worst episode of Trek.
I also disagree with that, but go on.
Do you think it would have been better if you completely remove the Riker Troy TNG element and just had the actual episode starting off with 5 years in the future, we're going to be decommissioned. I'm going to give the speech that the last episode I started to give and said, oh, I've just got like 3 weeks before I have to give this speech. And now we're taking 5 years, but that's okay. And then we go through everything. We take a side point to go see Shran one more time. And then Tucker dies. And then I give the speech. And that's where we end.
No, the entire episode structure, like I'm pretty sure that Auto, you mentioned that it was like a retrofitted season 5 episode or whatever that they were planning on doing.
No, it was going to be the season 3 finale.
Well, no,
if they weren't going to be renewed.
I think you mentioned.
No, Shran was going to come back in season 5.
Yeah,
I don't know if this particular
I think I said it
or
feels
not.
like that was the kind of thing they were going to do. This episode they were going to pull in season 5 to have Shran on full time.
Yeah, like if this was like a mid-season season 5 episode, you know, if that had ever happened, it would be fine. You'd have to have like another half of the episode to make it like anything, but it would have been fine. It probably would have been slightly unsatisfying if it was exactly the same, but as it is, like if I was like going for you have 30 minutes to write a Star Trek Enterprise season like show finale. It's like, guess what? I would just do what everyone wanted from Voyages finale and show, guess what? It's 2161. We're decommissioning the NX-01. Here's the speech. Here's where everyone's going. One last hurrah. Like, what is wrong with closure? That's the kind of thing I don't get about this. It's anti-closure. It legitimately stops right when they are about to give the speech. That, like, is all about, like, you know, Trip's, like, so I have to go out there and give a speech about how Trip's death was worthwhile. And then the episode cock blocks that speech just to say, no, it wasn't worthwhile, actually.
I'd like to, talking of closure, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. But I am saying that Voyager did kind of do the same thing. Voyager returned home, credits roll. I would have liked to have closure
Voyager
from that.
at least
I agree.
Voyager at least motions it with what the
We've, by the way, collectively, we haven't been this impassioned about an episode in a long time. I just want to say, it's really pulling stuff out of us.
I'm trying to pick the good stuff.
For the record, Your Honor, I have got all three of these men admitting that Riker, Troy, and the TNG element made it a better episode. Thank you, the defense rests.
No, I haven't answered that. I think it would have been better without it, yes, because one of the complaints was that it took away from the feeling that this was our finale. They made it about TNG. Yeah. They literally toasted, quote, the next generation. And I know just from various interviews that the actors involved were bothered by that too. So yes, it would have been better without that. But it was actually such a boringly generic side quest plot that it would have sucked either way. But I would think it would have been marginally better without that, just so that the people involved don't feel slighted by their 4 years of contributions.
Yeah. To go back to the point about like Endgame does sort of do the same thing where you would want to see Voyager. Like you would want another episode after Endgame, really, to like to do all the tying of the knots. But to at least like gestures of what that would look like with the stuff in the future. Yeah. So I don't mind it as much. That being said, I understand the criticism. This just manages to fuck off every camp by like not showing any kind of closure, hinting at it for 3 seconds, and then going, by the way, you're not going to get to see that.
It's not even real!
So, before we get too far away from Trip, because we haven't talked really about that, if you I wanted to ask you guys if you can make one change to the episode other than Trip not dying, what would it be?
More to Paul.
This episode never existing.
Yeah, more to Paul, definitely. She's kind of going to be, I don't know, spoiler for later, she's going to kind of be my standout of this episode. Because I feel like she has been the only character this entire episode that showed any growth that's happened in the last 10 years. You open the episode, and if you hadn't said, oh, it's 2161, it's 10 years later, no one would, oh, like, Hoshi's got hair down. There's this weird manifold on the bridge now, and Reed, for some reason, is 3 inches shorter. Like, no one would have known, except if you look at T'Pol's mannerisms. She is a lot like Jolene Blalock, bless her. This is the last episode. She fucking hated being T'Pol. Well, okay, I'm paraphrasing there, but she definitely didn't have bad experience. She had bad experiences of being there, and I'm so glad she came back for that Lower Decks episode. But and T'Pol, Jolene, if you ever watch this, I would love you, please come back as T'Pol in Strange New Worlds. You're amazing. But she does emote more in this, and you see growth in T'Pol's character more, that she's been hanging around with those filthy humans all this time. She's emotive, especially when she's talking to Riker as the chef, when she's talking to Trip on the shuttle bay. Like you said, Otto, as well. You said that, she's now leaning on him to be her emotional support. She's a Vulcan. Like, that kind of statement is insane, especially where T'Pol started. She is definitely the high point of this episode, because actually the only character that shows any growth whatsoever.
I'm going to piggyback off yours and say that if I could make just one change that isn't stopping Trip's death.
Make a change. Oh yeah, no, more to sorry, yeah.
I would say just like why bother going through the whole Trip and T'Pol have broken up? Why not make them married?
Yeah.
Like, at least then, like, the death would be tragic. At least then there would be, like, a stake to it. But instead, they intentionally go to the effort of saying, no, that relationship you cared about went nowhere. So don't care about it, and now he's dead. And it's so weirdly mean-spirited. It doesn't even feel tragic.
Why would Riker even know and care about their relationship? Like, these random people from, 200 years prior?
I suppose it is revolutionary because it is the first Vulcan-human relationship, so it's kind of in the record book somewhere. But I don't mind too much that they split up, because they do have a little moment where you kind of get a little, especially on the shuttle, and they're a little bit. These people still have feelings for each other. Trip is like, we're never losing contact. And T'Pol going, I believe I'm going to miss you. That's it shows. And them being split up shows a warmth that they can be friends. It's still platonic, and it's an evolution in a kind of ideological utopian Trek way that feels nice. It kind of feels a little heartwarming, even though things haven't worked out.
So you two are skirting dangerously close to the change I would have made. If we're going to kill Trip anyways, the scene after he dies, when Archer and T'Pol get together to talk about him, which fucking sucks. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
She reveals to Archer she's pregnant with Trip's child, and that's his legacy, because what the fuck did Trip die for? Absolutely nothing. At least with the child, it reaffirms his commitment and love to her, and it gives him some kind of legacy to carry on. That's a huge emotional point that would have, I think, brought the episode up a little bit, because people
it would have
really
tied in with
outside of Blaylock
Demons and Terra Prime as well. It would have been a nice follow-on from that.
Tied back. Yep, the true finale.
Overtide says,
no, I can't say that. Wait, oops.
Overtide says, it's like Ghostbusters 2. They split them up so we can see them get back together, but they gave it a twist and killed one of them off instead.
So, Frank, if you can make one change.
Keeping with the bit, it's just such a good finale. I would...
Thank you for admitting it was a bit. I was getting worried.
Don't worry.
Make it a longer two-parter.
It's coming. Don't worry.
Yeah. This wasn't a two-part. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's 42 minutes. That's all you get, baby.
Probably for the best.
I would have... make it a two-parter. I would have included just a little bit more time of Riker really mulling over his decision and ruining the day of Reg Barkley. I want to see Reg there having his appointment missed with Deanna because he took the time, and then Reg is like really fuming, but he's not going to do anything because it's Commander Riker, and he's like, I remember a time I turned into a spider and I could have eaten you, but I didn't. And
he's just like stroking Spot really menacingly.
Yes. if we're gonna do callbacks, let's include some people. Show me more of the Enterprise D. I want to know more about this ship. Tell me more about this ship. This is beautiful.
You know what? We should see Cetacean Ops, and they should bring back Loaxana Troy's gift box that says, rejoice. And they should bring back the
Live, laugh,
Aquiel
love.
dog. Yeah, and they should bring back the bouncy ball that was introduced to like Loxana and
Oh,
Alexander.
fucking hell. Oh, no, not that episode. Oh, my God.
Oh, the
Okay,
bubble?
okay.
And yeah, and
When
they should
Poochie
bring back
is-
Samuel Clemens. And
When
they
Poochie
should
is
bring
not on
back-
the screen, everybody should say, "Where's Poochie?"
Where's Barkley?
So,
Um,
all right, going from the worst, which we didn't actually talk about yet, to the best. I actually liked how they used the conceit of the holodeck. This may be the first episode where there's not some random bullshit malfunction. They use it like for educational purposes, for relaxing purposes. The objective mode is cool, and if they would, I mean, they still could, if they could just like go back, visit either other moments in Star Trek or other stuff, like kind of like a magic school bus in space. That could be fun for an episode. Like it's for various reasons, it's not a good finale, but the actual conceit of messing around in a holodeck to learn and explore is a lot of fun, I think.
Sorry. That's actually kind of a cool conceit, like actually having like maybe a limited 10-part series was like, you know, adventures on the holodeck, right? We go back and we learn about, almost like in a kind of Doctor Who-ish way where they go back to a different time period, mess about, things go wrong, they have a bit of fun with it, and we all learn something, you know, in a very kind of Sesame Street Mr. Rogers way. I feel that might be kind of...
Could we learn about it in some kind of Starfleet Academy?
Yeah, maybe we finally get some answers on World War III. That'd be great. Okay, I have a question for you
World
guys.
War III. It was the Eugenics War.
It's a bit half and half. It's a bit vague. I've got a question
It's
for you
not.
guys.
They made it unvague.
Sort of. Anyway, so Frank mentions at the 26th Star Trek convention in Las Vegas, the fans all chose These Are the Voyages as the worst episode of Star Trek. Now, guys, I'm not counting anything that came after. We're not going to count Discovery, Strange New Worlds, Section 31. No, because that's the obvious answer. We're not going to count that. I want to count everything before this episode. Is there a worse episode than this? I'm automatically going to say yes, there is. So those guys are wrong. So what were you rate lower this?
Because there are episodes that are outright offensive to me. Like, we've gone over how Code of Honor is actively offensive and how I think it damages Star Trek.
Yeah.
There's like Man of the People and Violations, which are just like kind of blatantly misogynistic. There's like what's that Voyager episode, like Retrospect, I think, which like ends up inadvertently becoming like an anti-Me Too thing, like when you actually think about the message there. There's stuff like Dear Doctor in it, which has like a really bad message about evolution. There are worse episodes that are more boring or more offensive, but this one manages to be both, and just like it would have been so easy not to do it. I think that's kind of what people object to most, almost, even if they don't quite key on
We've
it.
got this time
It's
slot in the
fact that-
schedule. What are we going to do with it? Just black screen. People just need a rest. Tell them to go for a walk.
Like, if you legitimately ended on Demons and Terra Prime and put in that, like, the TNG TOS Enterprise, These Are the Voyages thing, I think people would have been like, you know what? Not the strongest finale in the world, but as a finale for Enterprise, it makes sense. This, as an Enterprise finale, it makes no sense. It's offensive. It's just kind of, like, pretty dull. And it would have been better if it hadn't been made. And I'm sure you can say about some of the others as well, but it's like it would have been so easy not to do. They had no excuse. They didn't have to do it like this. They didn't have to do this. Like,
could have not.
The fact that they were so wrong-headed and they would thought that there was some kind of Valentine to the fans instead of something that everyone universally reviles kind of points to a weird thing going on in their like subconscious about what people actually enjoy about their own media. Like, I don't get it. I just don't understand that level of disconnect from your own show. I don't get it.
I can understand it. Bosses are out of touch. I will say, to Braga's credit, he's done several apology tours saying that they were wrong. He understands why they were wrong and that they wouldn't have done it. Berman, I don't think, has said anything about it. But I was shocked because I'm looking up Berman's got 53 episode writing credits, 4 films, including Timeless, Equinox, Unification. Like he's got credits on some good episodes, but you said you said there's other episodes that are sexist or offensive. This one is sexist or offensive. He kisses a woman. He kisses to Paul when she's frozen, and then he asks Sato how hot the other
you
male
think,
crew members
Trick
are.
was,
There's multiple racial slurs in this episode. Like it's, you could, if you asked me who wrote this, I would say A. Roddenberry, B. Rick Berman, and it's kind of shocks me that he's got so many other decent writing credits. Maybe the other guys had tempered some of his stuff, but you can just.
I think it's a case of when it comes to writing credits, it's very like malleable in terms of how much you have to contribute.
If you put like one word, sometimes they'll give you a credit.
Or even if it's just a case of I gave you the basic idea of like a story. That's why they'll often have story by and then like written by and teleplay by, because the level of refinement there is so intense. It's like if he just gave them like the basic story premise, whereas this one feels like he was sat there and wrote it, was like, yeah, this is good. People will like this.
Can you imagine,
like,
okay,
okay,
if I'm thinking of my children, like what I would do is if they'd just been rescued or someone had done them a favour and they just went, yo, thanks, slur, and then walked away, like that child did, going, thanks, pink skin, and I'd be like, hang on a minute, shut the...
I want you to imagine that you've just done like a really, really like a grueling 18-day-long investigation using CCTV. You've like found where a missing child has gone. They've been pulled up out of a well, and then they turn up and look at you and they say, "Thanks, Cracker."
Like, yeah, great.
I thought I was going to say the most offensive thing in the stream. I might be second by the time we get done.
Anyway, I found
actually
you would love them for the rest of your life.
I'm going to say actually that didn't bother me a ton. The timing is off because Shran hated Vulcans for years and years, his whole life before this. If this were in the contemporary Enterprise time frame, I'd be like, yeah, I can see that. He hates Vulcans. He's probably said anti-Vulcan things around this kid. But he came to a peace agreement, or roughly by the end of the time period before this. Like, I don't think he would raise his daughter in the preceding 5 years to say something like that. If this was like earlier in the series, I could kind of see it. So it's not the worst, but it's just one of many.
It's just off-putting and not. It doesn't. Again, it doesn't have to be there. It's so obviously a thing you didn't have to include.
Yeah. So Rick
and
Berman,
that little bit of growth, because he brings to the surface for the negotiation to Paul, the one race that he might hate more than pink skins is the Vulcan, and entrusts his daughter to her to leave, because he doesn't know if he's getting out of this alive. They're about to do an operation, but the one person that he will trust is her. So that does say a lot for the growth. When they were writing this god-awful script and stuck it in a drawer for 2 years, and then he opens the drawer and says, oh, what's this piece of shit? Okay, yeah, here's the finale. Yeah, the mask has come off. Now I can tell my true feelings. That was a nice little bit of growth that they thought to put in, but that might be the only nice thing I can say.
Okay, so Rick Berman did sort of apologize. In 2011, he stated...
sort of.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
He did. It's not really an apology. He stated that the episode was a failure and claimed that he would never have produced it if he had known what the reaction would have been.
Okay, but that's such a non-apology.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it?
If you knew what the reaction to what you were going to do was, you would obviously make decisions based on that. How about you take responsibility for being out of touch and a dickhead, Rick?
Honey, I wouldn't have cheated on you if I knew you were going to catch me.
Exactly.
That's exactly it, though, isn't it? That's exactly it. Oh my god.
Yep. Yeah, so
Sorry,
that's kind of the only thing that he said. But Brandon Braga has been around and said, well, one of his quotes in 2008, he said, I don't think it's going to be a beloved episode. And then he had some... he said he has some regrets about it. He believed the episode had some great stuff in it, and it was a cool concept, but found it languid and not a complete success.
See, the thing with Braga is that, like, I always file in my head as the guy who's really good at, like, technobabble episodes. Like, he did, like, Timescape and stuff like that. And he's good at those. Like, his character stuff is, he can be hit or miss, but I think he's generally a good writer. So I can understand why he would cop to it, but the complete lack of any kind of self-awareness on Berman's part is so on point. That's so... Oh, my God.
This episode reminds me of the Strange New World Season 3 finale, New Life and New Civilization.
Oh, no.
Where it was set up for a year... That one was, we weren't sure if we're going to be canceled, so we're going to run it in case to try to put a bow on things. This one, same thing, season 3 ender, but you had this percolating for a year, and you still didn't, like, did they not mention it offhand to anyone? Hey, we might do this. Did wind or word really not leak to anyone that we might be doing these story points? We might be killing off Trip? Because I feel like they'd be getting enough pushback internally that they would tweak things. They must have just discussed it between themselves and said,
"Yeah, I think that's exactly."
Well, since we're not getting canceled, we'll just do it next year. Or
no,
something
this
like
is.
that.
I mean, if you hear the stories of what the set was like in back in the 05 days, and again, this is sort of not pre-internet but early internet. People aren't leaking things or discussing things as much as they are now. Or you're not getting as much in-depth production knowledge about where things are being filmed, but also the state of like the Star Trek writers' room. You hear topics all the time, especially from the actors. If you've listened to any of their podcasts of them, like, we make any one slight dialogue change, right, that's up to the writers' room, and you've got to come back. And it's like, they would have not have talked to the cast about anything. They would have handed them a script and gone, this is what's happening. Like, there was no
I can absolutely believe that.
Yeah.
Because if you think about like TNG, like, so you've got like Patrick Stewart, who can at least like have a degree of like, he has a degree of star power. Like he's not like the most, he's not as well known as he is now, obviously, but he had a degree of like, he turned out, and then obviously as things went on, like, you would have a bit more power. DS9 was a very different thing because Avery Brooks especially had a lot of input into how Cisco was written, and they took a lot of, I think, Terry Farrell's. Yeah, and like Terry Farrell's like input on what she thought was working about Dax and what didn't was like taken on board. But that was kind of the aberration because like Voyager, like Mulgrew's like frustrations with how Janeway was written inconsistently from week to week were pretty infamous and they never got fixed really. And then you get like Enterprise where it's like, yeah, I bet you a lot of those actors were really frustrated if there's a writer's room that actively isn't paying attention to them and won't let them like try and breathe any kind of life into it. And in that kind of environment, yes, this is the actually kind of episode you can only make after 18 years of having your hand on the tiller, where people can't tell you no. There's no Gene Roddenberry around to say, no, don't do this. Majel doesn't have that kind of power or that kind of creative impulse, I guess. She's more of a performer and kind of like matriarch, I guess, at this point. There's no other like creative force to say, hey, maybe don't do this. Because by that point, everyone else had either left or been shut out at some point. So, you know what? Yeah, this could only have happened at the end of Enterprise when things were at their fucking weakest.
Well, and sadly, that extended through large parts of Discovery and the first 2 seasons of Picard. I mean, Strange New Worlds has largely been exempt.
That's Henry Alonso Myers' baby, I think.
Yeah, and Picard season 3, I think, is kind of universally said to be kind of exempt, but otherwise, it's just been like this recurring theme that once certain people, and I'm not naming any names, got their stink on it, the stink just never went away.
Yeah.
Okay,
and it's just there's so much about this that stinks of Burnham, Berman rather.
Freudian slip. I knew you hated her.
Guess what? I love Sonequa Martin. You know what? Fucking like I defy you to find an episode of Discovery that's worse than this. Actually,
let's not go there.
Let's not.
Here's the thing: you can get into it, but I won't agree with you.
I was gonna say you and me and Stars are on a different wavelength. Okay, in which case, speaking of wavelengths, here's some bread. Bread is a wavelength, right? It goes X-rays, gamma rays, bread. Okay, bread. The moment in the episode. The moment in the episode. Yeah, you wouldn't believe the kind of yeast I have.
No, Frank, what's your bread of the episode?
You all know what bread
I probably shouldn't throw it to Frank after that.
Yeah, Brett, go.
Things are evolving quickly. Who would have thought? There's so much to pick from here. I have to say,
it doesn't have to be your best moment. It's just the moment that stood out.
Yeah,
to you
it's
the most.
just
yeah.
The things that stand out is right now. Jonathan Frakes today obviously has a huge amount of pull in the Trek world, and in 2005 he still kind of did. He had been a very prolific director up until that point, obviously show and film. But he had input on his dialogue and his things. He wasn't going to let dipshits, write stuff down and he'd just say, okay, this is what I'm going to read. But I appreciated the moment that we're taking with him anytime he was on the bridge or in the quarters and he's just observing things and he's like, oh, wow, look at this, because he's genuinely impressed, despite the fact it's a holodeck, of, oh, wow, these people live like hell. You forget for a second that he's supposed to be making a decision, and you forget for a second that this is robbing the actual Enterprise crew of their real, a good send-off or finale. And it's a cool little moment where it's like, okay, we've seen this guy literally on every show. This is just, he now has to be on this show. And he's saying, oh, wow, this is different. Voyager, it wasn't different. Deep Space Nine, it wasn't different. This is different. This is small quarters. Oh yeah, that viewfinder Kirk had one on his ship. Well, that's you just say, oh no, that was standard issue of scientific vessels, but he knows the Enterprise lineage. He knows these great names, and he's just impressed with all these little details, and he's calling out all these little details.
I still have no idea what your bread is, by the way.
Yeah. That kind of went on. Where are we?
So him geeking out about the old ship is what you remember.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll take that. That's good. Also, what's your bread?
Gosh, I'll give you two. Sorry, I know you don't like when I do it. First of all, it's the objective mode, because I remember even the first time watching that, oh, that's so cool. He switches uniforms and no clips. It sort of expands what the holodeck can do.
I'd love him to just shout, I need a cutie. That's a joke from
the other one, my newer bread is they pan up and he's got the Mako uniform on. He's just blowing away bad guys. It's so a contemporary. I could see myself doing that if I had a holodeck. So it was just a cool moment and an otherwise kind of boring side plot. So.
This isn't going to be on my bread, but I'm just going to expand on what you said. It is that there's a point when, in various times in the episode, he's like, skip ahead 1 hour to the... and it's like, right, you're just going to skip ahead all of the dialogue in the film and just go to the cool action scenes. You're not taking time to enjoy... You missed all the cutscenes.
He is ostensibly on a time crunch in real life.
Well, that's true.
I can't believe that Riker is of the TikTok generation. He's got no attention span.
Yeah, they'll do vertical holodeck soon. Okay, Stars, your bread.
My bread will also be a Riker thing, but slightly less lettering. The jowls, man. It's guess what? He is that's the thing. He's a bit older. It's so distracting knowing exactly what he's meant to look like in that episode. Yeah. Guess what? If you had said it after TNG, I wouldn't have said it. If this was set on the Titan, I wouldn't say a thing. But it's it was meant to be 90s Jonathan Frakes. That ain't 90s Jonathan Frakes.
They could have done a Titan thing, couldn't they? Yeah, they could have just had a couple of generic sets and then have some new dilemma. Yeah.
Yeah, there's I said, there's literally a million ways you could have not written this, and you chose to write this. But it was so distracting. I see your point about objective mode and all these other things, but it's I just could not. Troy looked more like how I remember to. The wig was a bit off. It was genuinely distracting with Frakes of how much he had aged, and it's I'm not saying men can't age. God knows I'm getting grey in my hair, but freaking it was just genuinely really distracting. That's the impression I'll pull away from this. And what does that say about this episode? That my number one impression is, wow, this Enterprise finale has a lot of Riker jowls.
So this is going to pull. I'm going to pull a memory alpha pull here. I'm going to pull it very times. I'm going to say pull some more times too. During season 7 of Star Trek: The Next Generation, Troy's hairstyle was achieved with a combination of Marina Sirtis' own copper highlighted hair and long wavy hairpiece. Sirtis has commented that when she went into makeup for These Are the Voyages, she asked about Troy's hairstyle. The makeup team realised that Sirtis' real hair no longer matched the season 7 hairpiece, and that the original expensive hairpiece used was missing. Resultantly, Resultantly? That's the worst time I've ever read that word
Resultingly, yes.
No, Memory Alpha specifically says resultantly. Is that all?
Can we move this along?
Anyway, sorry. A full wig was hastily found and styled, one which Curtis hated. This is why Troy's hairstyle in this episode does not match that as seen in the Pegasus. Anyway, sorry.
Do you guys remember, since we're talking so much Voyager, you remember that Voyager episode Good Shepherd, where Janeway has to pull a bunch of lower decks guys out?
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Take them on an away mission. I feel like the production crew here is just the lower deckers. They have no clue what the fuck's going on with the episode. They're just like, can you find this hairpiece from 12 years ago? They're like, sure. And they go through like the annals and looking through footage. Like they're so completely removed from all the bullshittery. It's got to be a great job to just like style the actors and not care about what the higher ups are doing.
Who bred it? So we've had bread. Is it me? I'm breading.
Yes,
I'm
You're
breading.
Yes, you need to bake.
I'm gonna butter this bread. What was the point in Shran in this episode? Did he bring anything to the Oni? Yeah, but they were generic ass aliens anyway. They didn't even have a name.
Yes.
And
yes.
there was no need for Shran other than to go, here's Jeffrey Combs. He's been in another finale from another series. Like, you know his face. You know Shran, he's popular, but it added nothing. They had a quick diversion. They had a quick shootout because Archer loves those. They're fun.
He was in 3 finales. He played the poker chips on the table and All Good Things.
and then for no real reason, and this is the other thing. This is my. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna
2 breads. Admit it. It's fun, isn't it?
It's you know what? I'm gonna do 2 breads because
you can have 2 slices of bread.
I'm gonna have 2 slices of bread. It's also my worst moment, or would be. I don't know. In case the whole episode is instead. The aliens turned up on the ship. Someone asked a question. Why are you here? Because Shran lied. Okay. That's it. There's no security. There's no one stopping them from boarding. They're at warp. You didn't notice them dock. They didn't transport over. No. 3 aliens are on board, and now Trip has to blow himself up. 4 aliens.
It's extraordinarily lazy.
It was shit.
4 aliens overtook the Enterprise and its 80 people crew.
And
it's like one room as well. Like
they made a point to show that Reed had absolutely nothing to do in the episode. He was dicking around in engineering. So when there's a noticeable lack of security, you can't even say it's because he was busy doing something. He was just not paying attention. It made everyone look terrible.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on to. Oh no, wrong button. Fuck.
I'll show you my rating.
No, you can't. Fuck.
Professional.
I'm gonna play this one and play them at the same
best
time.
Advice I can give you is to just be yourself.
You're the worst thing that ever happened to Zek. You're the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Actually, that's the second best piece of advice.
In fact, you're the worst thing that ever happened to the entire
That's what you get for making a 15-minute trigger.
Hang on, who made the trigger?
No.
You forced me into it.
I've never forced you into anything in your life.
Except for watching this.
Exactly. Best worst moment of the episodes. I'm going to go first. The worst moment of this episode is where the fuck did those aliens come from? They turn up on the ship and there's no explanation. It's complete laziness. That is my candidate for the worst moment of the episode. I'm also going to hijack this and go for best moment of the episode, and I'm going to go for I Believe I'm Going to Miss You. T'Pol in this episode. And I appreciate that was also mentioned earlier as well in things I would change in having more T'Pol, but just the whole anything with T'Pol in this episode was just golden. She's the only character that shows any sign of having developed. We can probably excuse Mayweather because he was never going to develop in any kind of situation ever. And Sato just did a hair. But she was amazing. And that whole conversation in the shuttle bay, even though Riker was creepily just watching them the entire time, but they didn't know that. And obviously it's a small shuttlecraft with like 50 Mako in it and Archer at the controls, everyone being dead silent because they're having this very intimate conversation. They're trying to whisper, yet everyone can hear them. We've all been there. It was still a nice moment. I really did like that conversation between the two of them, and Trip being the very supportive one. Frank, your best and worst moment.
Oh,
you're spoiled for so many best moments.
So many to pick from. Oh my god!
Tapestry.
Tapestry, not as good an episode as this.
You just like saying these things and then comment just to make us go like, what?
Just like that gift from Fury. Hey, kill that guy.
Yeah. The worst moment of the entire episode was computer in program because I didn't want it to end, and it should have just kept going. No, the worst. Can I say the whole thing, or do I have to specifically?
I think the consensus of the original Trek Time Charter says you have to pick a moment.
Yeah. Damn that charter. So I will say
everything.
that the most meaningless death of a Star Trek main cast member of all the shows happened because he was trying to save Captain Archer from 4 bad guys that somehow, to your point, boarded the ship at warp and held the entire ship hostage. No Mako force, no security, no nothing.
They were at warp. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No. Hey, let's just wait a second. Hey, my universal translator's not working. Anything. Hey, let's go see Phlox. Anything, I'm
pretty sure they've been boarded many times and under worse situations, and they've got through it fine. The Ferengi episode, for example.
I think this actually highlights the fact that they probably wrote this in complete secrecy, because if anyone with a writing pedigree would have looked at this, they'd been like, you can drive a shuttlecraft through these plot holes. How do you not tie up any of this shit?
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off there, Frank.
No. So I'll just specifically say Tucker's death, period. That even if you've got to kill him, give him a better death than that. Hell, last episode, Terra Prime, I said Archer should have died there, and Tucker should have been the one giving the speech. And if you're going to go this route, and if you're going to kill Tucker, have Archer so impassioned by it that he still shows up with the bruise of the rifle butt that he took, which was gone for the speech, by the way, and have him mention a heroic person that gave his life for this conference. But the best, oh boy, I will say, if it's got to be shit in a shit sandwich, let's do it in the kitchen. The little 30 to 50-second moments we got with each crew member in the galley talking to Riker, even though some of the content was crap of their conversation, it was an individual moment with each actor or actress where you could see them one more time and say goodbye, because that was it.
I mean, talking back to what you were saying about the direction,
I forgot
what you were saying earlier about Alan Croker's direction, Auto as well, and that moment when you have the final chat, and he's in a chef's uniform, and then after his death, Tucker walks in, and he has that chat with him. Like, I remember you saying that was pretty a nice little moment.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, thanks for taking my best.
Let's go to Auto.
Go ahead, Stars.
I
think
my worst moment, I'm actually going to actively shit on like we're on a Frank's points here. You can't actually have that whole thing about a person gave their life for this conference, because Trip didn't even die for the conference. He died for getting Shran out of a bad business deal.
Shran wasn't even there. Shran had gone. Shran had fucked off by this point.
Shran wasn't even in it. So, oh my god, there's so much to choose from. I think the worst would have to be just the complete refusal to commit to the fact that this is 2161, allegedly. It's been, 6 years or, longer since season 4, allegedly? No one's moved up in rank. No one's changed. Relationships people liked have been and gone. It's the exact same bridge, except now you've got a pole with some more monitors on it. And we're going to vaguely gesture at the coalition of planets without really explaining what that is or why it's important, even though it was a big part of season 4. The most you're going to get is, look, we've got patches on our uniforms now. The complete refusal to commit to the fact that this was a pretty epoch-defining moment. Like, this is something that will span into the 32nd century, and yet, like, it just doesn't really. It's not treated with any kind of pomp and circumstance or care. It's what's more important: this shitty little business deal with Shran or the creation of the Federation. Let's go with the bit about Shran. Like, just that. My best moment.
I think a lot of the budget went to rebuilding the TNG sets.
Yeah, probably. I believe you. I believe that.
They did a 10 forward section. They did a quarters. They
didn't even do it right.
Yeah.
They got the conference hall. They got the conference room wrong. I think my best moment. Fuck it, I'm gonna take the easy way out. It's just John Billingsley. He's always great, and like his little performance in like the chef's galley. And yeah, his like little bit of I wish you luck, but you've always had an ample supply. Guess what? Billingsley always turns up and is always correct. I've never had an issue with his performance ever. And even if the rest of the episode was making me actively miserable, I was at least happy to see him. So I'm going to pick him. It's a cop-out answer, but guess what? It's a cop-out of an episode.
Auto. Wax lyrical.
Funnily enough, you three have all said some of your best moments with the galley. That's one of my worst moments. Reed says he was anything but tactful, what his countrymen might refer to as a hick. Riker asks Sato, did you find yourself attracted to him? I never really thought he was my type. He didn't graduate college. He could barely speak English.
Yeah,
he had his moments, but I still find him cute. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're just like randomly shitting on this guy who you unceremoniously killed moments ago, or in a few moments. It's like, what's the fucking point? And also in that scene where in the setting where he kisses T'Pol, it's like, this is just misogynistic and bigoted. It's like, this is such trash. So I'm glad you guys found something to enjoy in there. I did not. My other worst, right after he dies, I already mentioned the scene with T'Pol and Archer. He literally says, quote, time heals all wounds, but absence makes the heart grow fonder. He's just reciting cliches. The only emotion he shows is smiling several times. Now, Archer sometimes has trouble with sadness. I should say Bakula. He gets angry when he gets sad. That's just the way Archer is. You see that a lot. Similitude is a great one.
Yeah.
He's so pissed at Phlox because Phlox told him, we won't have to kill the symbiont. They had to. He was so angry. That's just the way he emotes as a character. None of that. Smiling after his best friend of decades, I guess, died. Blaylock, bless, was trying to do a little bit, but that scene was so bad. That should have been the emotional high point. It was really the low point.
Yeah.
The best is, actually, when Trip comes back, partly because it's a twist. He's already died. You're not expecting to see him again. So that little coda at the end is a nice emotional moment for him. He's very charming. Connor pulls that stuff off. Always really great. So I guess that's his little send-off. It's better than that stupid wink when he's being wheeled into the ambulance.
Oh, that was so bad.
What's that about? Yeah.
Oh.
It's so conspicuous.
Frank, are you getting greener?
And Leon's getting large.
Is this St. Patrick's Day where you are or something? Okay. I suppose that takes us over to...
I can show you my rating code.
We should have played the best worst since you already mixed it up.
-3 is much too low rating.
It's not accustomed to seeing an unsatisfactory rating on a member of my crew.
Frank, since this was your pick, you are legally obliged to provide, as per the Trek Time Charter of 2022, you are legally obliged to give us a Schiller rating.
Have fun putting this one in the spreadsheet. I had so many to choose from.
Oh no!
I'm just glad it's not the one I said.
We could have done Marina Sirtis's missing hair pieces. We could have done a lot of things. We could have done Trip Tucker death winks. But gentlemen, I come to you and I say that it has been an honor watching this episode with you, because hope to God that this is the last time I have to watch this episode in my life, or at least for another decade. But how many?
Oh God!
And not for us spending time together and watching it, but
Is
just
this part of it?
objectively in a bubble.
Not spending time with. No, we haven't started. Okay.
How many T'Pol sweetly sniffing the sweaty seminal sweatsuit of Trip Tucker's. Out of 10 do you give this?
Wow. I'm actually get that in one go. T'Pol. Okay, right. Frank. Oh no, actually, do I finish with the drafter or do I start with the drafter? I can't remember.
I don't think it matters. I want to get out of here. So.
Let's go. Also, in which case, also you are first.
I actually do know where I'm going. I looked at the spreadsheet because we've been talking about it's just like the worst of the worst. It's bad. It's not the worst.
No.
Down at 1.9, we have Voyager's Time and Again, which have just the most boring, bland aliens of all time with completely banal storylines at 1.9. And then at 1.7, we have Charlie X, which is exceedingly misogynistic. And this had elements of both. So I'm going to slot it right between at 1.8 T'Pol sniffing Trip's seminal wetsuits out of 10. It's certainly not the worst. We've mentioned there's a lot of good. There's some good moments. There's the sci-fi conceit of using the holodeck. There's some decent character moments, but it's bad on so many levels. And I know we shit on, but I am going to blame most of this on Rick Berman because just the stench wafting off that script is so obviously from him. So 1.8.
1.8. Okay. Stars.
Yeah, this is. I'm struggling not to just like be a bitch and just give it a 0. There are things that are worse, but I don't know.
No, I feel like you shouldn't play the comparison game too much. How do you feel right now out of 10?
I feel like Star Trek would be a better thing without it existing.
Yeah.
I feel like it would actually be better if this episode didn't exist. So I kind of want to give it a 0. That being said, like, you know, there's Billingsley, like, you know, there's bits and pieces, I guess. Stuff. Yeah, Blaylock's pretty good in it as well. It's hard to me appreciate because she's surrounded by so much shit. And she was just... It's so wild to me that, like, the emotional high point of Terra Prime with, like, you know, like, Elizabeth's death, you compare it to how they treat Trip's death, and it's like, what the fuck, guys? I will give this...
Sorry, that is a thing. Just because we did just review it,
yeah,
I don't necessarily love that 2-parter, but the last 10 minutes of that, they fucking nail the last 10 minutes of that.
Yeah,
if you're gonna go out on a high note, like Jesus Christ,
yeah,
like that should have been the moment.
Excellent. Yeah, we all agreed on that.
Yeah, no, like we always say, if you're gonna have like a kind of a shaky like episode or a shaky 2-parter, end on the high note. You'll always be remembered more fondly for it. And if Enterprise had ended with that would have been a gut punch. Yeah. People would have respected it. People would have looked on it way more fondly. So yeah, with keeping that in mind, which is even more damning by comparison, I'm gonna give this 1 T'Pol sweetly sniffing Trip Tucker's sweaty seminal sweatsuit. It's just a fucker of an episode. When I was doing my watch through with Brody and Marie, I was like, you guys, we don't have to watch this. We can actually skip this. Like, I insisted we watch through every episode of TNG, of Voyager, of DS9. But I was like, this one, guys, it's completely optional. It doesn't add, it only takes away. And I think that is as true now as it was 2-3 years ago when I said that. It's just it's an aberration.
Well, I brought up earlier Game of Thrones. Like that was the nuclear option. No one ever references that show anymore, except to shit on the finale. And at its peak in pop culture, probably on par or even more well known than like the peak of 90s Trek.
Yeah.
So
absolutely, yeah.
The fact that this actually didn't scare people off from Enterprise. In fact, a lot of people are kind of coming back to Enterprise and saying, "Oh, this is better than I thought." The fact that it didn't go that far, like it's nowhere near as bad as it could have been. But you know, it's awful.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go next. I'm a little bit more positive, not far off, but I'm a little bit more positive. The episode structure is where it fails most of the point. It is a mess for putting so much stuff in 40 minutes. You absolutely could have done without the Riker Troy stuff, but you see why they did it, because it was the end of Berman era Trek. But even if they had done it, they could have done it with a bit more context. I like the idea of putting it in the Titan era, because that would have made so much more sense, considering the age of the actors. Not to body shame anyone here, but there is a noticeable difference. It was cool to see them using the holodeck in a cool function. I liked the Chef Riker stuff. That was good. I loved T'Pol in this episode and her conversation with Trip. I don't like the structure. I don't like what they did. I don't like how they cock-blocked us from the final speech. I don't like how Archer just doesn't give a fuck about anything other than his own achievements at the end there. Even when he's trying to console T'Pol and be like, what about me? My references, you know.
Me.
Yeah. So, and you know, it is just narratively a rushed. It's the definition of a rushed mess of a finale that you can see why it happened through the production of them.
Fuck
Just going
Manny
like,
Koto,
shit,
I'd be offended.
Yeah. There are so many, and it kind of shows the errors of the Paramount Star Trek production team at the time, how they couldn't be flexible enough to go like, fuck, let's actually end this properly. And it also shows that how the ratings have suffered for Star Trek, and how this was and it was at the time, 2005 was the stagnation of Star Trek. People were sick of this kind of Berman era style of episodes. Even the resurgence of season 4, as good as it was, as good as people did like a lot of the two-parters and the stuff that happened in season 4 and the kind of return to form, general audiences kind of just didn't want it, and it faded away. And this is kind of an epitome of them kind of fading away into the night on just something that just went, here's a script, let's just get out of here, let's just go. But with that in mind, I'm going to be a bit more generous, not too far, but I'm going to give this a 2 T'Pol sweetly sniffing the sweaty seminal sweat out Trip Tucker's uniform. So I'm going to go
Wetsuit.
Yeah.
Hey, but good for you for not cheating and looking at the spreadsheet. I appreciate it.
I just moved over to the other screen.
Okay. You're just playing Tetris. Okay.
I moved it back now.
All
Right, Frank,
bring us home.
Frank, why are you getting greener?
I think that might be on your end. He looks fine to me.
I'm getting angry.
What? Hang on, what?
Angry from watching this. Otto, get comfortable. You're going to be here for 20 minutes. I
had another thing.
I hate that even down to the very last thing that we see on Star Trek for a decade,
pretty much,
is another Enterprise with another captain saying something, fading into another Enterprise with another captain saying something, to fade into this Enterprise and this captain getting to say the final line. Why that couldn't have been him the whole time, why it couldn't have been part of the speech, why it could have been anything else. And that's just working backwards. There's not enough redeemable things to say this is a worthwhile episode of Star Trek, to say nothing of a series finale or even a season finale. This is just 42 minutes of badly written disappointment. And for that, I have to break ranks with all of you and give this a high rating so it will jump in the spreadsheet and it will not live at the direct
too much power.
Lying.
We need a veto.
I must agree with my esteemed colleague, Stars and Garters. This is only worth 1 T'Pol sniffing sweetly. The seminal, sweaty sweatsuit of the dearly departed Trip Tucker. Out of 10, may this episode rot.
Fantastic.
Inside a corpse's shell.
Wow. So at the end
I'm
of
glad
that,
I picked it.
This, this is a 1.5 out of 10. Sweet. You'll be interested to know that we gave...
Still beat out the Strange New Worlds finale. I love it.
Yeah, Strange New Worlds Season 3 finale, which was you, me, and Dan, Auto, after a very long 4-hour review, giving it a 1.3. This beats it by 1.5, which kind of feels apt. Lonely Among Us was a 1.6. Charlie X was a 1.7. Dax we gave 2 somehow, even though that's probably the most boring of boring episodes.
So boring.
So yeah, it is firmly at the bottom. It is, in fact, let's just have a look. It is, where are we? The 1, 2, 3,
I was just going to say, at least I didn't commit the
worst.
cardinal sin of being boring, but actually those aliens came real close. Like that side quest was, they couldn't give them anything.
I don't think the species got named. Did any of the characters get names? I don't think they did.
Just generically growly bad guys the whole way through.
The only episode we
what this is?
Go on.
You know what the actual distinction I can give this episode is? It's the best reason to have cancelled Star Trek. Guess what? If they hadn't cancelled Star Trek, this would be the ultimate reason to cancel it. Yeah. Guess what? You're done. You stop.
You know, if we're going to butterfly effect, like if this episode didn't air and we go off on like the Trip and T'Pol high note, would Blaylock have been involved in more Star Trek in the future? Like maybe they do.
I feel like
they do like a mini series, or something like during COVID they bring them back. Like that could have really been interesting. But
I still think they should do like an Enterprise follow-on with like an animated thing. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I would be down for that. I kind of half did it with the very short treks, but not really full weight. Just for your personal information, below everything here, we do have New Life, New Civilizations was 1.3. The Last Outpost we gave 0.7.
I'm going to rate that. I think I like it a little better than you guys.
Yeah,
maybe
we should revisit.
I like it more now that I play Star Trek Resurgence.
Yeah, with hindsight, it's a little better. And the Children Shall Lead was a flat 0, the only flat 0 of any episode we have.
You can't tell me that this episode was worse than the Children Shall Lead. That was unremittent garbage.
Justice was a minus 0.4. Code of Honor was a minus 0.5, and then obviously Section
that's because I gave it a -4, I think.
And Section 31 is a minus 1,428,098.7.
As it should be.
I'm gonna get through a stream without making a Section 31 reference one of these days. But
you love that movie at this point. There are really good episodes of Star Trek you haven't talked about once. There is so many. I'm sure I have. There's a super cut.
Would it shock you? Would it shock you or anger you to know that I have yet to watch the Section 31 movie?
I can't wait for you to watch it, just not with me. I am not watching that film ever again.
Third time's a charm.
Fourth, it would
be at this point. True. Anyway, that's not true. I've seen it 4 times.
You should make the one of the stretch goals for the charity to watch Section 31 again.
I hate that. That's such a good idea.
If we raise $10,000, I'll watch every minute of the. Every minute of it.
Yeah. There you go.
There's our final goal.
Sure. I don't have to pay attention, but it could be on the stream whilst I am also on the stream. Okay, thank you everyone for watching and listening.
I'll get Worf and Riker to hold you down and prop your eyes up.
Clockwork Orange style, yeah. We'll be back soon. Keep an eye on the schedule, on the YouTube schedule. We'll probably be back some point in the weekend or next week with the next draft pick in our schedule. So from us all here, thank you very much. We'll be seeing you soon. Live long and prosper, and let's hope the end of this episode will be better than the end of Enterprise. Ta-ra!
Fridays, days, and Thursdays. We alternate Wednesdays and weekends.
Hold on, I don't think I'm old enough to hear this kind of thing. Ladies, good day. Romano, good luck. You can return my car in the morning. If you can still drive, I'm taking the bus.